If you are trying to watch a video in a bigger screen, you can double click on your program monitor, and there you go. You can see it in a wider perspective. So that's pretty much that as it relates to just how easy it is to navigate through these little panels on our edit mode. And of course, we have export mode, and of course, we have import mode. For now, we're working on our edit mode. So these are just different sections that we can go through. Now, so I think that that is good. We've been through that. So let's also as you know, the workspaces section, there's many workspaces that you can actually start with. But for the purposes of this class, we're going to stick with the editing workspace. Also, some key things that are mentioned within this very first chapter is that, let's say, for example, if you want to look at this in list view, and you'll see that there's little thumbnails that are kind of like they look different. So you'll see that the thumbnail for the move files look like a movie plus an audio waveform. And then you'll find that the sequence, which is what we created, remember, it was called the TR. This is our sequence here. It's listed right here. You can always get a chance to bring that up. It is up already, so there we go. But you notice it's making a blue line around it, meaning it's selecting it when I click on it. And you can always go to other things as well. But just to notice that these here are considered our thumbnails, and it's connected to whatever we're selected on. So let's say, for example, if we want to look at this nighttime view. No, not nighttime. Let's try this one here. So let's say if we want to, excuse me, if we want to double click on that file, you notice that it comes up in the source monitor. So this is what the source of this information is here. So we're looking at 29.98 frames per second. It shows it starts at 0. It's showing it's a 7 minute and 32 second clip. And then there's the media duration, so in point, out point, there's none. You can always change these headings, but it goes on and on if you want to just kind of scroll through it and see what the video information is. The audio information is 44,100 hertz. So basically, our video is right here, and we can play this video if we want, just rather easily. Center in the bowl so you can turn it. Okay. So that's that. Now, so I think we got that. And also, if you want to, if you want to bring this out, actually the timeline is usually much longer than this. So if you want to do that, you can click on this chevron here if you need to access any other files. We do have our media browser file that we mainly work from to bring in information, to bring in like assets. So our videos or whatever else that we have that we want to bring in, we can do so through the media browser. We also have libraries, info, effects. We didn't go through any of this yet, but these are just some additional options that you have, on this timeline. And so what we can do is just go back and go back. I wonder if this, yeah, okay, let's see, okay. Okay, so we're going to go back to the project panel. And there we go. So one thing is important to understand are the different dimensions of this screen here. So for example, we have our different headings right here under the source monitor, effects control, text, audio track, mixer. Okay, so let me click on it. Effects controls, text, audio track, mixer, essential graphics, and our movie file. This is our source monitor right here. And these are really considered hidden controls because you have to click on them in order to bring them up. We also have, oh, oops, okay. Where did it go? Oh, here it is. Okay. We also have over here, let me move this over a bit just so the screen looks a little bit better than what it looks like. We also have over here our program monitor, and we have our, again, workspaces export, which you notice you can click on now. So these are some of the things that we already discussed. If you go down here to our project panel, you'll see that we have our project panel right there, says project, as well as we have our media browser and so on. Our clips are located here. Everything in here is pretty much considered to be a clip. And we have our tools right here, as someone said, within our toolbox. We have our tracks. These are our tracks, which are video one, audio one, video two, video three, audio three. These are three corresponding tracks that we have here together. And we do have our timeline, which is here. And here's our sequence within this timeline. Some people use these words interchangeably as it relates to timeline or sequence. Our audio mixer is over here, so you can see what the audio looks like and whether or not you need to raise the audio. The audio should be closer to zero, maybe somewhere between -12 and zero is good, but you can do it as long as it's not clipping, it's fine. So as long as it's not over, um, like it can't go over the zero, but you don't want it too far down as well. We'll go over audio at a different time though. So essentially, that is our workspace area. So we have our tracks that hold video clips, images, graphics, and titles. We have our monitors that shows the footage. Source monitor shows the original footage, and then the program monitor shows the part from the sequence, which is here. And you have the media browser where you can, browse between your files, which I already mentioned, and so on and so forth. Yes. Okay. So our audio clip mixer, if you look here, if you do play, you'll see the audio is showing for audio one, audio two, and audio three. If you do have all three, that will show there. And it looks like as well, we here, if we go all the way down to the tool section, you'll notice that there is a small icon, triangle icon in the corner. When you see this little triangle here, that means that you can click on it for more access to more information. So when you click, there's more options available. When you click, uh, oh, is that yeah, it should be more options. There we go. You got to click and hold for a moment, and then you'll see the more options that exist within each tool. So, so we have, in addition to that, you can always customize your workspace if you want to. We have already gone to workspaces already. But you can always customize your workspace and you can save it as a new workspace and call it a name, and then you'll see it right here under workspaces. You can actually access it. But what we will do for this class is we will use the general standard workspace until you get accustomed to where everything is located at automatically. Now, in addition to that, we need to look at our panel menus. So if you'll notice that there are little lines after these various panels. So if you click here, you'll notice you can close and dock. There's more information, that's all. So if you click on there, you'll see there's panel menu. Here, there's a panel menu. Everywhere there's a panel menu, which will give you more options. Same thing over here. We have our panel menus right here that will give you more options. And the panel name is displayed at the top, of course. This is our panel name here, project, and it is our panel tab. Okay, so I think that's it. The shortcuts will come. If you actually click on something, you'll see, if you hover your mouse on it, you'll see the shortcuts. So selection tool is V, and track selection forward tool is A. Ripple edit tool is B. So if we go to V, then we see that it'll highlight the select tool here. We have our razor tool, our slip tool, our pen tool, our rectangle tool, hand tool, and our type tool. Okay, and that is pretty much it for chapter one. That is a chapter one wrap up. So, this is your professor, of course, Dr. Copeland, coming from an undisclosed location. Hope you enjoyed this training session for chapter one.